Good afternoon, folks. Monday afternoon, and as you can see, a rather nice day here today, which unfortunately brings out the masses of people. Pandemic? What pandemic? Boris is going to his new home to have another look around tomorrow. This will be a second visit, so I'm really sorry to see the old chap go. He's probably going to be with us for another week or so and then away. But so tomorrow looks like it's going to be a pretty gnarly days weather-wise, and then hopefully Wednesday, Thursday, Friday I'm going to get back out and do a little bit of more work on that. Oof, a little bit breezy. Do a little bit of work on the book, because I really have been neglecting that. Just it hasn't been great conditions just because of the wind and everything, so not a lot else to say. Oh look, you get a wee sneak peek even though we're not allowed to show much on Happy Bars. Right, I'm gonna wander back, catch up. Good afternoon, guys. Tuesday afternoon. We dropped Boris, the crazy foster dog, off at Dogs Trust. He's going for his second visit with his potential new owners, and we thought we'd just take the opportunity to stop off on the way back, grab some lunch, and I spent a little bit of time completing another vlog that I'm probably going to publish tonight. You'll have already seen that. And not a bad little office view as well, as you can see. The weather when we first arrived here was pretty biblical and the van was being shook all over the place, but that seems to have passed over now. So, but yeah, we're not too bad at all. So yeah, with given the weather conditions, not having much of a chance to get outside with the camera, but hoping the next few days it's going to be better weather. But anyway, that sounds like the tea's almost ready. Good morning, and the light is absolutely beautiful. I'm actually out just recording a little vlog for my handmade book. Let me just stop that exposure. The light now, the sun has gone behind a cloud right now, but it was that lovely stormy light. So yeah, just out shooting a little handmade book, or images for the handmade book, which kind of seems a bit sort of counter, what's the word? Because of course the light is so nice, but originally I was shooting black and white. I shot that one in colour, normal 3x2 format, but my little handmade book is black and white and in square format. The weather did say mostly cloudy today. When do we believe those yahoos? But yeah, there was just out to sea, there was just lovely, in fact you can probably still make it out there, just some lovely purples and storminess. So rather than rushing on to go and grab another image for the little handmade book, plenty of time for that, I thought I would just try to capture something with that lovely light. Now, as I say, the sun has gone behind a cloud now, as you can see here. Most unexpected bonus light. Right. Catch up in a minute. Well, that was a complete disaster. Not long after speaking to you last time, I moved positions and started to point my camera down, looking at maybe capturing a little bit of an abstracty sort of long exposure scene with just the rocks and the waves. And here's the thing, you probably heard me talking about this I think in last week's Moments. I kind of have had a few issues with my Format High-Tech holder system. There's been a couple of things that I think they haven't done very well in that model. Firstly, the step-up rings. I find that they have mucked up some of the threads on some of my lenses, which isn't great. And I also find that the catch system in the holder system, the little bit that you sort of pull left and right to attach on, is very fiddly, especially when you're using gloves. And so I was putting that holder on today. It had the 10 stop in it, and I thought it was attached, and it wasn't. And it dropped into the sea, and it's gone. Very, very, very expensive mistake. But I do believe that the holder system did play a part. I think that's a design flaw on the Format High Tech side of things, and I am going to contact them and let them know that this has happened. I was actually a little bit frustrated a couple of weeks ago whenever I actually contacted them and said to them, look, I was thinking of moving aside because I have had some issues, and I was, expecting at least a comment back from the guy saying what seems to be the issues, not just to open up a bit of a dialogue. I thought companies like to see this sort of feedback. Nope. All the best, Nigel. Bye then. Kind of tells you something maybe. But yeah, quite frustrated. And yes, my mistake. But I do believe that the catch on that holder system is partly to blame. Frustrating. Anyway, I guess these things can be replaced, but they are blooming expensive. Well, good morning. Sunday morning again. How did that happen? I think the last time we spoke was a couple of days ago when I had just lost my 10 stop Firecrest filter and the holder. Well, crazy thing, went back around at low tide, and while I would say Nicola, had to clamber over some rocks, did spot it and picked it up. Now I haven't used it yet, but it does seem okay. You can probably see, rather misty this morning. Would have been a nice morning to maybe head into some woodland, but not to be. So just thought I would go for a little wander up the prom here. I might actually take an image just here on the prom itself, because just lovely sort of receding lines with those lampposts and the bins of all things, just with a little bit of mist. So I might go ahead and do that. Oh, what a beautiful morning now that sun has broken through. Just up by the lighthouse, lifeboat. There's just some lovely mist hanging around a little cafe up at Bushke, and just sort of coming through, maybe even a little bit of crepuscular going on, but not a great morning for photography, mind you. Just fog's a bit thick and then it's a bit thin, but just lovely to be out. But you can really see it starting to dissipate a lot now as well, so not too shabby. So with that mist in behind, you've seen me up here before doing a long exposure shot of the thing as part of my little handmade book, but with that mist kind of behind here, it's actually creating some lovely sort of soft backdrop, and the sun obviously up now above the visible horizon, but again it's sort of lovely diffuse light. And so I've thrown on the old 10 stop, not least to see whether or not there is any artifacts on the actual filter itself after spending a couple of hours submerged in the Irish Sea. Come on, Nigel, get your head in the game. But yeah, it's just some lovely mist. So little 10 stop on there, polarizer, getting about 20 seconds. But it's just lovely, really lovely, soft light. Very nice indeed. And like that, the light was gone. Quite a thick bank of cloud has rolled in, but the light over at the little pier looking to the opposite side of the harbour was all rather nice. Got an image of the lifeboat as well, or lighthouse as I think I called it at one point. I think that's coffee time.